guys, I'm Buster Green, and I only need 290 something subscribers. So I figured this week, because things are going good, I would drop back into Mutaking and follow up with the first quarter of episodes I did with the second quarter episodes. So following up from the first video, we start out with episode 4, Chill Out Sunset, continuing the pattern of the first set of episodes with the Monster of the Day focus and all that jazz. Now we get a lot more focus on the fact that Mutaki and DJ live together in a ridiculous, fabulous cartoon house. And apparently Mutaking temporarily gets his own TV channel. Now they explain that the channel just kind of comes and goes while he's popular, but I think it's more like an existing TV channel just decides to focus on him for a while. Anyway, Mutaki's sister is still hot on the case of finding the aliens, and I like Mutaki's sister a lot, and I'm really frustrated that he never actually comes in contact with her or talks to her, since she's way more on top of things, obviously, than he is. Also, in the 70s, Mutaking's sister could turn into Muta Queen in desperate situations, so I would be really, really happy if Mutaki's sister can also turn into Muta Queen. Anyway, Mutaki goes back to the diner to stalk Ida again, but then DJ shows up and he has a bizarre, abnormal chemistry with Ida instantly that Mutaki does not. Anyway, I guess this really lit a fire under Mutaki, and he eventually gets the courage up to ask her out. Meanwhile, the aliens use another useless ghost attack on a bunch of people in hot tubs, but Mutaking shows up and sings the 1970s Mutaking theme song and fixes everything, again with massive, upsetting amounts of recycled footage. We also see now that the CEO is almost definitely an alien, and also the CEO bathes in the melted human sludge from the melted down people. Now, super dark theory right now, but if the aliens are just melting down human beings to use them as bathwater, how depressing would that be? An alien millionaire CEO cell phone bastard killed you just to wipe its own ass. I mean, it's almost poetic because it's kind of what's really happening in the real world. But anyway, at the end of this episode, the CEO gets tired of losing, so he starts playing a pipe organ and says that this is the start of the second act, and it seems that is. Now, the pipe organ seems to show up in the other episodes, and it seems to have the power to make Aurora stronger for the next couple episodes. Now, also at the end of episode 4, there is this amazing city pop record drop where Tatsuyo Yamashita's music plays subtly in the background at the end of the episode while Mutaki is asking Ida out. If you don't know this one, it's Love Space by Tatsuyo Yamashita from his 1977 breakout album Spacey. I have been singing this song in the shower for the entire pandemic, so this was another perfect city pop record drop. Okay, now taking it from here, episode 5 is the big moment I've been waiting for. The Combo Breaker, the episode that changes everything. So in episode 5, Mutaki and Ida have their big day in the theme park. Since Ida is pretty much a perfect girl physically, emotionally, and temperature-wise, DJ very expertly points out that unfortunately, this kind of girl has no original thoughts in her mind. She needs a man who's going to take charge of her and give her stuff to do. Otherwise, left to her own devices, she's going to get bored. Now, Mutaki tries to be a little more assertive after that, but he's a dweeb, and then Ida randomly leaves for mysterious, sinister reasons. Now, since Mutaki has low self-esteem, he blames himself, but we as the audience find out very horribly that Ida is actually Aurora. Oh my fuck, I did not see that coming. Now, I assumed up till now that Aurora was a robot. Oh no. Is Ida really a robot? A cream soda manufacturing robot? That would explain why she's so perfect and also so unoriginal. And oh my god, her backpack is a literal battery pack that she needs to go outside the diner? Oh my god, I hope I'm not reading too much into that. As an expert on robots and a full-time Gundam pilot, my expert opinion is that that bitch is a robot. Anyway, if Aurora is not a robot, then I guess at the very least she's a woman possessed by evil. But I think considering her busy schedule, her absolute perfect behavior, and her strange evil powers, she's probably a robot. Now, Aurora comes out with this brand new Sharon Apple level song that is actually really catchy. I really like her new song. Oh no, I'm turning into Black Ooze. I don't want to become alien black bathwater. Okay, I got it together. Okay, I'm fine. Anyway, Mutaki and the octopus, that is completely obviously DJ's true form, fail to stop Aurora, which leads to devastating consequences. Between the end of episode 5 and all of episode 6, we find out that Muteki being defeated by Aurora not only led to a massive, massive body count, the complete destruction of the theme park zone, but an overall darkening of the entirety of Neo San Francisco, making the entire citizens more depressed, more lethargic, and just genuinely less happy. So I was super impressed that episode 5 finally wiped away the Monster of the Week status quo that we've been stuck with since the series started. I actually almost dropped the show after episode 4 when it was another cookie cutter episode, but then everyone hit me up and was like, yo, episode 5 really good. And I was like, oh shit. Now, in episode 6, DJ decides that the 1970s Mutaking theme song is not working anymore. So the easy fix is they just need a new song. Oh my fuck yes, finally. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. I am so freaking happy he finally suggested that. Unfortunately, in episode 6, Muteki and DJ also start fighting over who was responsible for the theme park disaster, and they kind of break up. Their fight is really weird. DJ asserts his role as Mutaki's surrogate father, but Muteki gets very rightly creeped out by that, and then wonders how much DJ has been stalking him since he always shows up where he is. And on top of that, I feel like the show is playing very fast and loose with the facts that only the audience know and the facts that only DJ and Muteki know. Like, I've been thinking up till now that DJ owes Muteki a shit ton of explanation for what the hell's going on, but in this episode it seems like they actually talked about it off screen and they're cool with it now. I think Muteki at the very least knows that DJ is the octopus, but I don't think he's like fully made 100% sense of it. Anyway, so DJ threatens to replace Muteki with the useless but better than Muteki character Suta-King. So Muteki gets angry and he steals DJ's boombox. He replaces it with a box of socks so that he can transform into Mutaking on his own. Unfortunately, he doesn't realize that without DJ there to play a karaoke backing track, he can't sing his own theme song, and Mutaking gets absolutely wrecked by Aurora in another grudge match. Again, even more people die, and since this is being broadcasted on TV, the public treats it like a very awkward celebrity feud gone wrong in the public spectacle. So, in the past 2 episodes of the show, a lot of people have died, and that is actually really surprising for Mutaking, because I thought the show would have 0 stakes. And now that we've reached the middle of the series, it's got stakes. Now, at this point, we've covered up to where we're at. I guess from here on out, I can just take wild guesses at what's going to happen here. Now, if I had to guess in the next episode, they're probably going to buckle down and write the new song. Now, if we're all lucky, they finish it in episode 7. But it might take them to episode 8 to get it fully right. Now, if they finish it in episode 7, I think they're going to probably go back to the Monster of the Week formula, and everything will be hunky-dory. But if they don't finish the song in time, then I think there's going to be another bigger disastrous attack on the city, and the overall situation will grow more dire. I think just because I don't feel like the budget of the show is good enough also, I think the new song that DJ and Muteki come up with will almost definitely be the opening of the show. I would actually be surprised if it was anything else. I think the ending is in the cards too, but they'll probably save that for the last episode. Now, considering that Mutaking is overall a pretty goddamn happy show, unless Ida is straight up an evil robot and she explodes in like a ball of fire like most Tokyo villains, I want to think Muteki will be able to save her from the spell she's under. Or fuck, even if she is straight up an evil robot, because there are no other possibilities to settle the love story in this anime right now, I think maybe he still might end up with her even if she is a robot. There's just no other eligible female characters on the show to like settle his raging heart. So, who knows? Anyway, I also think that probably in the next episode or so, they're probably going to get into the fact that DJ is definitely the octopus and that the bad guys are probably also octopuses. I would be really shocked if they keep putting it off because it seems like Muteki already knows, he just hasn't like expressed that he knows. By the way, I found out that apparently if the show does really, really well, it currently has an open option for a second season. So please watch the show, guys. I really hope the series does get a second season because I think they would probably spread their wings, have a better song budget, and get more creative in season 2. Oh, and lastly, let's talk about city pop music for a sec. So the first episode very prominently dropped Plastic Love, one of the most famous Japanese city pop song in the world. Episode 4 also continued up on that and dropped Love Space from Spacey. That's the title track, but it's actually my favorite track on that album. my favorite track is actually the last track, Solid Slider, because I erroneously associate it with Solid Snake fighting KK Slider. Anyway, I'm hoping we get at least 2 more City Pop record drops before the series is over, because these guys are definitely some Tatsuro fans. So if we're going with Tatsuro's hits, I'm thinking we definitely get to Misty Mauve or Ride on Time. But I'd also be really happy if they cover some other City Pop artists. Like I'd love to hear Dream in the Street by Norio Ikeda or Tassogare by Cowboy Bebop singer Mai Yamanai. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Muteking episodes 4, 5, and 6, the second quarter. So I guess based on this pattern, I guess I'll see you guys again after episode 9. Hopefully Muteki gets it together and starts singing a new song. Alright, see you guys next time. I'm out!